First in the Tank is a cosmetic company for an underserved market.
Hey Sharks, I'm John.
And I'm Devere. We're from New York, and we're seeking $600,000 in exchange for 5% of our company, Stryx.
Do you know what everybody in this room has in common right now, besides being on television?
We're all wearing makeup.
The chances are the women are fine applying and wearing makeup, but most men aren't nearly comfortable enough to admit or use it.
Sharks, this happened to me on the day of my wedding. The greatest day of my life, and I woke up with a zit. And not just any zit. As you can see, I mean, this thing was the mother of all zits, okay? It was a volcano. It was just waiting to erupt.
Yuck.
And while there were makeup artists there at the wedding, I was too embarrassed to do anything about it. And so my blemishes were there to stay for the thousands of photos that were taken that day.
Every guy has an experience like this, whether it's a first date, an important pitch, like here on Shark Tank, or just coffee with a friend. When you look your best, you feel your best, which is why Stryx is changing the way that men can instantly fix their appearance with, you guessed it, it's makeup for men.
Stryx is the first company ever to engineer cosmetic and skincare products with completely custom formulations and packaging geared towards men.
We launched with a sleek, discreet, and very sexy concealer tool and a tinted moisturizer, and since then we've launched 7 products at the intersection of cosmetics and skincare so that you can instantly fix your appearance, including our energizing eye tool and our beard and brow gel comb.
So Sharks, who's ready to join us and show the world there's nothing wrong with handsome? So we don't have pens in front of you, it's actually our concealer tool, so if you take a look there. So we have it designed as a pen so that it's sleek and discreet. Get
so this is just a concealer?
Correct.
Right.
So let me start at the beginning. What does concealer do, and what are you supposed to do with it?
So the formulation is made so that if you want to cover up a pimple, if you want to cover up dark under eye circles, you just dab it on and you're done. So you don't need a primer, a foundation, a sponge, a brush, a setting powder. It's made to be as easy as possible for guys to cover up any problems. And with the concealer tool, we found out one of the best uses for it that guys were using it for is for dark under eye circles, like under eye bags. And so that's what led us to launch the energizing eye tool, which is also in front of you. It tightens the skin underneath the eye, so it's meant to reduce fine lines, wrinkles, and it's really an anti-aging type of
But how
product.
are you supposed to even know how to do it? Like, to me, it's like war paint. You know, you just like see a streak. I mean, now what?
That looks good.
Really?
So that's a huge thing that we need to work on as part of this brand is education around these products.
Good job, Mark. I actually use a product like this all the time. Of
course you do.
I don't sleep enough, so I get really baggy eyes. There's lots of products, eye creams, everything, that are made for men.
Correct.
You're saying you're a brand new category. What's the brand new category?
Nobody's approached the cosmetic category from this angle. Like for me, when I was younger, I was bullied out of my middle school because I put gel in my hair, and that hit my confidence for years.
People bullied you because you put gel in your hair?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This
I
was
had the same
also.
thing.
I mean,
Seriously?
I would love to hear, though, why this? I mean, were you guys chemists? Were you guys in this industry at all?
So when we first started, I partnered with 2 professional makeup artists. They helped us really be able to formulate the first ever really cosmetic products for men's skin as opposed to women. So what had happened was I raised $500,000 to start. That was before I raised $500,000 to launch the company.
Who did you raise it from?
Friends, family, and then connections.
You got some really good
How much
friends.
of the company did you give away for the $500,000?
So at the time, we raised at about, a 1.5 million valuation.
How long ago was that?
That was back in 2018.
Okay, and now you're at a 12 million valuation because you have amazing sales. What are they?
So this year, we're at about $130,000 in sales.
That's
Per month.
it?
That's it.
Per month.
per month.
Per month.
I knew it!
Hey,
Okay.
men's, makeup.
I mean, it's JD. Let's get real here. I mean, tell me about your routine. I mean, you got some.
My regimen? Man, thank you. My wife wasn't pushing the moisturizers on me.
You doing like the moisturizer, retinol kind of routine? I mean, you look really, really hydrated.
Really, thank you. Well, I do drink a lot of water, and these are really good lights. But no, I just do moisturizer. Just do moisturizer, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
SPF in there. Started doing SPF around 25. I don't do any makeup. I think as I get older, maybe I would consider it. Maybe. I don't know. Something you do at all?
My wife has I don't know about your wife. My wife has a very elaborate skincare routine before bed. It's like almost like a meditation she
Yeah,
does.
layers and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, she's like the
Oh, yeah.
cleansers and the essential oils and the, it's a real thing. Meanwhile, like, I'm washing my face with, like, washcloth and shampoo, right? And I'm getting out, right? And that's good, right?
Good enough.
But yeah, no, I just do the facial moisturizer with retinol, keep it
Very
tight.
good. Retinol. Okay. Well, so I did pull up their product name. So Stryx. Let me share a screen here
Yeah.
a little bit because we're talking about design patents. So this is their website, and they've got this going on. Treat your skin like it's for life. But they do have. I was able to find that the founder concealer pen. This is the applicant was the company Stryx Men, and I'll zoom in a little bit here. And then Joe Lieberman was one of the presenters.
Yeah.
It's a design patent, 955.042, just 052. Last year came out. They've got the ornamental design for a concealer pen. And so I like this concept where they're really not trying to go too deep. They're going for something that you touch and feel that's unique. They're claiming this is like a unique way to go to market. I think that's kind of debatable. Robert was touching on that. Like, hey, lots of men's skincare products out there. I think they're just kind of being a bit more bold, if you will, in claiming makeup, just saying the word makeup. I like how they put the dash lines here so they can actually have, a different ends to this. So what's in dash lines is not claimed. What's in solid line is claimed. So it's kind of this exact, sort of parabolic end look. They don't claim one, the top side of it, but they do claim this bottom side. So this is for the view from the top, view from the bottom. There's lots of different views. I think it's well done. They do claim the actual applicator, the actual product as it comes out, but the cap can take on many different looks and feels. Almost reminds me of like a cigar, like a Swisher Sweet.
Yeah, right.
Not that I smoke, but I mean, it looks like a flute end, if you will.
It does. Yeah, it really does. Huh.
And they have a second design. I'll just show this quickly. They've got two different design patents for different pens. So this one has the cap on it. The other one I think was an extension. I think that's what it is. It was a continuation in part.
I think you're right, JD. I mean, like it's the brand or the idea behind it. The offerings are unique in the sense that there are a lot of companies out there that do market primarily to women, but have also added, men's lines of products, right? Neutrogena is a big one that comes to mind, right? They're kind of in the male category now, where they didn't used to be. But it's rare to see I can't think of one that does this kind of stuff just for men and not women, right?
Yeah.
Certainly there are a lot of like, personal care, hygiene products geared towards men, was it Squatch or Dr. Squatch? There's a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's unique in the sense that they don't offer women's products. So it's kind of cool. From a trademark perspective, they do have two registrations. They have registrations in the cosmetic class 3 at the USPTO for both the wordmark Stryx and a design. But the way that they've applied for the design mark is kind of wrong. That's because they didn't have a trademark attorney assigned to the application. So when they filed the trademark, they did it incorrectly, and now they're stuck with the trademark registration. That's not what it should be. Also, one thing pretty glaring to me is that they don't have a registration for Class 35 at the USPTO, which is online retail store sales, right? So they're a D2C company, and so a big part of being D2C is having that sales platform and that customer service, and they do not have that protected. So theoretically, somebody could come and register Stryx, for online retail store services at the USPTO. Maybe not mention cosmetics, but other kind of associated categories like apparel and things like that, or towels or whatever, and it would get through the process. It would register.
They were pretty limited. They maybe without knowing had a very narrow application.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. And so that would be, if I was counseling them, I'd say, hey, like, you're a big company at this point, right? You need to act like it from a registration perspective.
Yep. Love it. Just to wrap up on the Shark Tank show, Robert Herkovic did say he was in for 10% for $600,000. That was the handshake deal on the show, but as it turns out, didn't actually fund it after doing more diligence. The company's still around. I assume they're revenue positive. Can't speak, of course, to profitability, but they're selling products, so they're out and about.